Hello, this is professional video game expert Tim Rogers. You are watching Kotaku Dot Com. I'm back! I've been playing this new game, Onrush. According to the press release the publisher sent me, Onrush is a completely original take on what the racing genre can do, with endless tactical depth underpinning its arcade action. That's a fancy way of saying that Onrush is like Overwatch, with cars. Actually, that sounds like a really good idea for a video game. It sounds like such a good idea that I don't even want to joke about it. I could say, they could have called it Overcrash, though, even that sounds like a cool name. Onrush is therefore a game whose concept is so cleanly good that it is difficult to even think of a bad joke nickname for it. Onrush is made by a new studio at Codemasters, who possess a legacy of publishing superlatively, stupidly good racing games like Dirt and Grid. The developers at this new studio used to work at Evolution Studios, who made Motorstorm and Drive Club. Drive Club, despite running at 30 frames per second, had some dynamic team mechanics which were undeniably interesting. Motorstorm, meanwhile, just plain owns. Onrush has both of these good qualities in equal measure, and it runs at 60 frames per second. Look at these big, wide-open, luxurious, playgroundian racetracks. Wow! Look at all these customization options. The colors are so fashionable. Seriously, the color choices are like extremely good in this game. Scope out this Mondo slick attitude, bro. If Mario Kart is Kool-Aid, Onrush is Monster Energy Drink. Onrush is primarily a team-based online racing action esports game. In summary, it's like Motorstorm meets Overwatch. They could have called it Motorwatch. Man, even that fake name kinda owns. Onrush is such a team-oriented game that the announcer only ever second persons even the most solitary of players with the pronoun y'all. She has an American accent. However, I can't help letting this remind me of a particular British friend I had who only ever called me dude. That posh accent twisted that word in all the wrong directions. This wrongness was deliciously hypnotic. In time, I came to prefer that wrongness to correctness. Press releases consistently refer to Onrush as a stampede, not a race. Fun fact, in addition to my profession as a video game expert, I am also a buzzword intellectual. I'm gonna have to say that stampede is not the stickiest buzzword I've ever heard a marketer latch on to a product involving cars. However, having played the game, I will allow it. You see, in Onrush, you're not trying to cross the finish line first. That would be too simple. No, your goal is merely to exist as loudly, beautifully, and quickly as possible. Your constant quest is to keep your hungry vehicle's paraphernalia's meters and gauges, game design tantalized with adequate virtuosity. In other words, you need to keep moving forward angrily and carefully, calculating valuable risk involving obstacles, while plotting ugly damage on your stupid opponents. If you crash, either via your own buffoonery or as the result of a crafty opponent's hateful victory-thirsty tactics, you die, and then you have to wait to respawn right back into the Stampede. Oh man, my script actually says the parade, and I read that as Stampede, so maybe the buzzword worked. Onrush is a stampede. It's just a bunch of cars and motorbikes chasing each other through freak-blasted wild environments, trying real hard to snake noodle cram right up into one another's tailpipes. Like in Motorstorm, you can boost. You also have a rush meter. When the rush meter is full, you can light up rush mode. Each vehicle class has its own characteristics and abilities. This car drops boost power-ups when it's boosting, and gives its allies boost bonuses if it uses rush mode near them. That's nice! This car subtly kill magnetizes toward enemy cars beneath it when it's airborne. born. This car earns rush by driving close to enemies. This car earns rush by driving close to obstacles. This car's rush mode blinds enemies driving behind it. You leave a tombstone behind yourself when you die. This bike's tombstones temporarily blind enemies who drive into it. I kinda wish the cars felt
heavier.
I'm not asking it to feel like Gran Turismo, just it'd be nice if it felt more like Forza Horizon than like
Rocket League.
Well, to be perfectly honest, I like this game a lot. Many games aspire to esports status, and I realize that esports is not something that a developer can make. Esports has to happen. Esports status requires an explosion of player interest. As a professional game design analyst prior to starting my job here at Kotaku Dot Com, I looked at a lot of games that wanted to be esports. And like a lot of developers really just kind of think that anything can be an esport and that players will play anything, and that's like so wrong. If I'd been hired in a consultant capacity to critique Onrush, I would have congratulated its developers on its sparkling clean design, and then instructed the publishers to start shopping for yachts. However, as I get older, I start to realize that maybe my tastes are not perfectly mainstream. So Codemasters, hey, if Onrush does not become bigger than Fortnite, that ain't my fault. After all, I was born stupid. However, I will not die hungry. Video games forever, Kotaku.com.